Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Headlocks and Hot Packs. It is Tuesday. That means another edition of Tuesday Night Trivia, where I like to challenge myself primarily with wrestling trivia lately and episodes of Wrestling Jeopardy. That's what we got for you guys tonight. I am again seeking the perfect score, even though I seem to still be going in the wrong direction. I don't know what happened. I don't feel really confident that I'm going to turn things around in this one. We shall see. This is an ECW special. My ECW knowledge is okay, I think. I guess we're about to find out. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of content. I'm seeking the perfect score, but I'll be keeping track of my score right here on this whiteboard, so feel free to play along and play against me at home. Without any further ado, let's get into it. ECW Wrestling Jeopardy.
Welcome to Wrestling Jeopardy,
he ditched the stash.
Only interactive pro wrestling trivia challenge on YouTube where you're the contestant. I'm your host, Kevin J. Callis.
Yeah.
And I hope you're ready to test your hardcore knowledge to
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
live a little dangerously and take your final score.
I see what you did there.
And with that, let's go to the board
ready to
now
go.
and check out the categories you'll be quizzed on, starting with Extreme Rivalries.
Okay.
Followed by Name That Dudley.
That might be tough.
Barely Legal. And then
If it's
early
about 97, I
ECW,
feel like I know
which is
that.
all about Eastern Championship Wrestling.
That's gonna get
And
me.
last but certainly not least, Extreme Anagram.
Eastern Championship Wrestling
Now,
will be the one that
anagram
gets
is a
me.
name formed by rearranging the letters of another name. So, for example, Alan Humpy is an anagram for Paul Heyman.
Oh, I might struggle at that too.
So let's kick things off with the 200-point round.
All right,
where
200-point
you should
round.
go 5 for 5, and if you don't, well, there's a Singapore cane shot with your name on it.
Hopefully not my name. I don't think I've ever missed in the 200-point
Starting
round,
off with
which
Extreme
means I probably
Rivalries
will
for
this
200,
time.
presented as former childhood friends, these two rivals were polar opposites. One, the dark, brooding outcast,
Yep.
and the other, the heart and soul of ECW.
Who are Raven and Tommy Dreamer. Probably the most famous rivalry from ECW.
And the correct answer, who is Raven and Tommy Dreamer? And that brings us to our next 200-point
Name that
category.
Dudley.
Make
it one of the easy Dudleys.
Dudley.
It's only 200-point. Oh, they're going to show who it is? Okay, well, we got this one.
And of course, that's
Spike.
the runt of
I
the
forgot to
Dudley
answer.
family, little Spike Dudley. Moving on to Barely Legal for 200. This commentator made history during Barely Legal as he became the first and only announcer to call a live pay-per-view broadcast by himself.
Who is Joey Styles? Synonymous with
And the
ECW.
answer, who is Joey Styles?
I'm not sure what he's doing
We're
these
on
days.
to
I think
early
he
ECW
got into
for
like
2.
religion or
This
politics or
wrestler
something.
was more or less responsible for Eastern Championship Wrestling transitioning to Extreme Championship Wrestling in 1994 after winning the NWA World title and then trashing the belt in a shocking shoot promo.
Who is Shane Douglas? Out of anything Eastern
One of the all-time
Championship
classic
Wrestling,
moments in wrestling history.
that's
the correct
easily
answer,
the most memorable
who is the
thing
franchise?
from that time
Shane
period.
Douglas.
And they can all
Kiss my...
kiss my.
And let's finish up the 200-point round with
Dean
extreme
Douglas,
anagrams.
please go away.
Kent Furry is an anagram for this wrestler.
What? I'm gonna feel like an idiot. I
Yes,
don't know.
from the Double Cross Ranch.
Yeah, Terry
We're talking
Funk.
about
I'm
Terry
horrible at
Funk.
those. I might get that whole category wrong.
And let's jump back
Damn
to Extreme Rivalries and
That's
kick
not
off
even like
the
ECW
400-point round.
knowledge,
One
really.
of ECW's most legendary rivalries was a masterclass in long-term storytelling, as Sabu and
96.
Taz were kept apart for 18 months before finally appearing face-to-face at this event in 1996.
I'm not sure. I thought it was Barely Legal, so I'll go with that. But I thought that wasn't
And the
until
correct
97.
answer,
Yeah,
boy,
November to
this
remember.
was a November.
Oh, I knew this
to
episode.
remember.
I guess I gotta brush up on watching some
We're on to the
ECW
next category for 400.
on the old Peacock.
Name that.
I should
Dudley.
get this. It's signed Guy Dudley. You can basically see his name there. I'm already
And
at
that would
2
be
wrong. I
Sign
can't
Guy
believe this.
Dudley.
Hello there.
Which brings us to Barely
Yeah, his
Legal
name
for
was pretty
400.
much shown in the
controversy
picture.
surrounding this infamous incident led to the temporary cancellation of the inaugural pay-per-view and legal action against Jerome New Jack Young.
What is the mass transit incident?
And the correct answer here, it happened in Revere, Massachusetts. What is the mass transit incident?
He
Moving
nearly
on to
killed
early
that guy.
EC dub for 4. In 1993, Paul Heyman took over as head of creative for Eastern Championship Wrestling after this previous booker / wrestler had a falling out with the ECW owner Todd Gordon.
Who is Eddie Gilbert? I think he stopped showing up.
And the correct answer,
Okay.
who was
Thank
Hot
you.
Stuff? Eddie Gilbert. And just a friendly
Looking for some
reminder, if you've
hot
been
stuff,
watching for the
Eddie
past 21
Gilbert.
episodes, you may recall that growing up, my nickname was also Hot Stuff. And let's close out the 400-point round with
I did
extreme
not know that was
anagrams.
coming.
Vincent Roos is an anagram for this wrestler.
What the hell? Yeah, I'm bad at these. I don't
That
know.
would
I don't
be
have
the
long
king
enough
of
to
old
really.
School,
Steve
who
Carino,
is
yeah.
Steve Carino.
I'm probably gonna strike out that entire category.
All right, 10 questions down, 15 to go, plus a daily double and final Jeopardy. Let's kick things off with the 600-point round. The rivalry over the ECW television title between these future
Okay.
radicals was vital in proving that ECW wasn't just about
Oh, wait a
blood
minute.
and guts. It also featured tremendous professional wrestling.
It could be 3 guys. Who is Benoit and Malenko?
And the correct answer, who
Guerrero
was
and
Eddie
Malenko.
Guerrero
Damn it,
and
man.
Dean Malenko. And we're on to the next category for
That was
600.
Guerrero. That's right. Yeah.
Name
Benoit was already
that
gone.
Dudley.
Who is Big Dick Dudley? Giggity.
The largest member
This
of
is
the
probably
Dudley
gonna be my worst
family,
episode
standing
yet.
6'7" and weighing over 300 pounds.
I'm already at 4 wrong.
Who was Big Dick
I don't-
Dudley?
Are we halfway through?
All right, and we're on to
pretty
Barely
much halfway
Legal
through
for
right now.
600. The first match to air live on pay-per-view saw this team defeat the Dudley Boys for the ECW World Tag Team Championship.
Oh my god. Public Enemy.
And the correct answer, who are Perry Saturn
The
and John
Eliminators.
Cronus,
Damn
also
it, man.
known as the Eliminators. Brings us back to early EC Dub for 600. At Paul
Terrible.
Heyman's first show in charge of ECW, Ultra Clash 93, the Public Enemy debuted as a new tag team with Johnny Rotten,
I have no
changing
idea.
his name to Johnny Grunge,
I'm just
and
gonna put
this
one wrong.
wrestler now becoming known as Flyboy Rocco Rock.
I have no clue what his name was before that. No idea.
And the correct answer, who was the Cheetah Kid?
What?
Look at this dude.
Props to
And
anybody
let's
that knew
close out
that.
the 600-point round with extreme anagrams.
Oh, let's just
Trev
mark another one wrong
Sidechairs
here.
is an anagram of this wrestler.
Stevie Richards.
And that would be the leader of the Blue
Yeah, I'm on the
World
board on that
Order.
category.
He's taking
I'll take it.
over. Who is Stevie Richards?
Thank you and have a good night.
At least I won't get swept in that one.
Kicking off the 800-point round with extreme rivalries, rarely do two different wrestling styles mesh well together. However, this high-flying rivalry between
Oh,
the
I
Extreme
know this one.
Luchador and the Japanese Buzzsaw was something special.
Who are Tajiri and Super Crazy.
And the correct
Super
answer,
Crazy was
who is
Super Crazy.
Super Crazy and Tajiri.
That's early Tajiri
On to
because
the
he's
next
wearing
category
trunks.
for 800. Name that Dudley.
I got nothing.
an ode to the Native American ancestors of our country.
Dances
The
with
correct
Dudley.
answer,
Oh.
Who was Dances with Dudley?
Yeah, I definitely did not recognize him at all.
Nosotros somos los Dudley Brothers y estamos aquí en la ECW solamente para una cosa.
And that brings us
Ugh,
to
that would not
Barely
fly
Legal
these
for
days.
800.
I have already got 7 wrong here, so
All right, the Daily Double has arrived.
I don't feel great,
Legal
but I'm
is
just going to
the
risk all of it. I
category,
got
which was
4,000.
The first ever ECW pay-per-view back on April 13th.
I felt like I knew that one
1997. Think
better,
about how
but
much you remember
definitely
about
not.
Barely Legal, and place your wager now.
Yeah, so we'll wager 4,000. That's everything that I have right now. I hope whoever is out there playing against me is doing
All
much
right, time
better
is
than
up.
I.
Here is this episode's Daily Double clue. Originally not even booked on the pay-per-view, Rob Van Dam replaced this injured wrestler in a match versus Lance Storm.
Oh my god, he was even there too. I can't think of it.
And the correct answer,
Candido.
who was
God
Chris
damn it.
Candido? Moving on to early EC
Yeah,
Dub
this
for
is-
8.
this is the
This
worst
wrestler
episode
joined
for
Eastern
me,
Championship
by
Wrestling
far.
as a part of their ring crew and usually worked for free as long as he could have some fun bouncing around in the ring before and after shows.
Who was Mikey Whipwreck?
The ultimate
Yes,
underdog.
thank you.
The correct
All
answer,
right.
who is Mikey Whipwreck?
Get some points back
And let's
here.
finish up the 800-point round with extreme anagrams. Ahab Solemnly is an anagram for this wrestler.
Balls Mahoney.
He's got the biggest
Yes,
balls
I'm
of
getting
them
better.
all.
I'm
The
getting
correct
better.
Answer, who was Balls Mahoney?
I'm getting better later on in that category, which is weird.
Just like you. No.
All right, 20 questions down, 5 to go. That
20
brings
questions
us to
down,
the
and I have gotten
1,000-point
8
round.
wrong.
The steel
I am
cage begins to
ashamed of
lower.
myself.
The ominous music begins to play.
And I've only got
Get
1,600
your
'cause
extreme
everything
thinking
went
caps
with
on,
Daily
because
Double.
these are going to be tough. Let's go to extreme rivalries for 1,000. The intense rivalry between Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka ultimately culminated in one final match at the One Night Stand pay-per-view in
I have no idea.
2005. However, their feud began in Japan when Awesome competed under this name.
No clue. This is such a brutal episode for me.
The rivalry between these two ring warriors began over in the now defunct Frontier Martial Arts promotion in Japan.
The
where
Gladiator.
Awesome
Yeah,
competed as the
definitely did not
Gladiator.
know
I'm
that.
sick of your You're gonna die! Easy!
Let's close out this category
boy.
for 1,000. Name that Dudley.
Make it Devon or something, please. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Known for his deep voice and strange laugh during interviews, as well as having the distinction of being
My
the
ECW
only
knowledge is
pure
apparently
Dudley. The
terrible.
answer, who is Dudley?
Dudley.
Wouldn't you like to be a Dudley too?
I'm familiar with. I've heard that
Let's
before,
finish
but
up
I didn't
Barely
realize
Legal for
that that was
1,000.
Dudley
The pay-per-view
Dudley.
received a buy rate of 0.26, which is the equivalent of approximately this many purchases.
26,000?
The correct answer,
60,
what is
God.
approximately 60,000?
Good God.
And let's close out early EC Dub for 1,000.
I don't even know if I
Prior
should
to
post
becoming
this.
The hardcore icon we all know and love, the Sandman was a surfer dude, initially going by the name of Mr. Sandman, and in 1992 won his first of 5 ECW World Championships when he defeated this two-time Intercontinental Champion.
In 1992? Oh my God. Who is Don
In
Morocco?
what could have been billed as the Battle of the Beach Bums, the Sandman
think
defeated
it is Don
this
Morocco.
two-time Intercontinental Champion from
Thank you.
Sunset
Woo-wee.
Beach in Hawaii, who is Don Morocco.
I can't keep getting
And the final
stuff
clue
wrong
on the
here.
board,
Not
from
that it matters at
Extreme
this point.
Anagrams, Anton Tyre is an anagram of this wrestler.
I don't know.
And that would be who
Ian Rotten.
is Ian Rotten.
Damn it, man.
All right, don't go anywhere. It's
What a
Final
terrible
Jeopardy
episode
time. Let's find out
for me.
this episode's
Good episode.
Final
I'm just
Jeopardy
terrible at
category,
this one.
which is the ladies of ECW. Paul
Ay,
Heyman's
ay, ay.
vision of taking wrestling to the extreme was
12
understanding his audience
wrong
of 18
on this
to
episode. It's
34-year-old
absolutely
boys and their
brutal
desire
for me.
edgier,
By far the
adult-oriented
worst
content.
that I've
so the
done.
mastermind of ECW
2600
began to
is
bolster his
what I've got
roster
here
with
after
beautiful,
losing a bunch of
buxom,
stuff
butt-kicking
earlier.
women. All right, think about how much you remember
So I'll be
about the
wagering
ladies of
everything
ECW
here.
and place your wager now. All right, time is up. Here is the Final Jeopardy clue.
What do we got?
In April of 1999, Lita made her ECW debut as the valet for Danny
think I got
Doring
it.
and Roadkill using this name. Good luck.
I'll give a couple seconds in case anybody out there needs it. But I think I have it. I'm not positive. Who is Miss Congeniality?
In April of 1999, Lita made her ECW debut as the valet for Danny
I think
Doring and
that's it.
Roadkill using this name. Although she would change her name to Angelica when Doring proposed to her at the July 1999 Heatwave
Come on.
pay-per-view, she officially debuted
Yes,
as a
thank
beauty
you.
pageant contestant
Thank you.
named
All
Miss
right.
Congeniality.
Oh boy. What a brutally bad episode for me. So we finished with 12 wrong. Thankfully, I was able to salvage a little bit there and get the Final Jeopardy. So 5,200 was my total score. If you played against me, let me know how you did in the comments down below. I need redemption. I feel like I need to do another one of these, like, immediately. But you'll have to wait for next week if that is, in fact, the case. That's all I got for you tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time where I really need some redemption.